Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Stephen Hammer and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are taking a look at my top 5 favorite belts in my collection, my Pakistan belts, my replica belts. Which one of these are my top 5 favorite belts in my collection? Well, let's start the countdown right now. Kicking the list off at number 5 is my first ever custom made Hammer Championship belt. This was designed by Samir Ahmed. He designed this with some elements from some other belts and kind of did a mashup, making this custom belt. Absolutely awesome design. It's a 3-plate belt with snaps on the side. The side plates are one single layer, but the main plate is 2 layers of zinc. And you have like that nickel plated leaf on the side with some hammers, heavyweight with the crown at the top, with the globe, a nickel hammer in the center, and champion at the bottom. It has been restoned. It does have custom blue backing on the back of the belt as well. Looks good. The belt itself was made by SA Belts on Facebook. SA Belts made this belt for me in about 2 months. I will leave their Facebook and Instagram pages below if you're looking to get a belt for yourself, but they did make this belt for me. I think it looks awesome. Oh, look at that. Ooh. It's really cool to have your own custom title. If you don't have one, I recommend it. Really cool to own. Especially something that no one else has. I love this belt. So this is why this belt comes in at number 5 on my list. Now, let's take a look at number 4. Number 4 on my list is a Pakistan-made overseas belt. The ECW World Heavyweight title. Man, I bought this belt, loved it, had to sell it, and bought it back because I missed it so much. So I'm very glad to have this belt back in my collection. And I don't ever plan on selling this belt unless I absolutely have to, because as crazy as this belt design is, as there is a lot of stuff going on, I love it. And it's one of my favorites in my collection. So you can get a belt similar to this off www.shop.com. Of course, it will be on their standard leather. This one is on Pakistan leather. Really soft leather. It kind of just folds right on top of itself. It really feels great. And you can do this with the leather. Folds right up. Sometimes it can be hard to actually display it, so I might actually put this on like an easel stand or something like that to actually prop it up. But for the leather, well, it's really soft. I love the way this feels. It was made by an overseas belt maker named Jamil. I will also leave his contact information in the description box below if you want to hit him up. Originally, this belt came with regular blue water on it, but I was not a fan of it. I actually repainted this a light blue because I think it looks a lot better than the regular blue. This version right here was the last version used in WWE before they went to that big silver belt that a lot of us are not really a fan of. I love this one. I love the red. I love the black. I love the blue. I love all the blood. All the extreme vibes this belt has. And if you don't have one, you should get one because it's an amazing belt and it's a really cool part of wrestling history. Again, JS Belts made this over in Pakistan, my number 4 belt. Now let's take a look at number 3. And coming in at number 3 on my list is my WWE United States Championship belt. My God, this replica is probably the best replica on WWE Shop right now. The 3D effect in this main plate alone is absolutely worth it. With Eagle and the flag blowing in the wind, the 3D champion banner, the way that it just details and pops. I love everything about this belt, except the side plates. The stock side plates were just all nickel, all silver. I actually repainted it and added a little bit of blue, a dark blue in the side plate to match the champion banner. So now it all looks pretty good. I like this a lot. Of course, I bought this and had to re-lever it because I do not like the stock straps from WWE. I got a re-lever from Austin Watkins on real leather. Beautiful work by Austin Watkins, Man in the Fog. There you go. This is a sundock strap. So you do have the screws exposed in the back. But what a beautiful belt. To those that have this belt, you know how great this belt is. A phenomenal belt. If you can catch it on sale at WWE's shop, definitely get this belt because it is a great replica to own. And for anyone curious, I do use a Sheamus figure on display with the United States belt. So there you go. If you're going to buy any belts off of WWE's shop, I recommend buying this one and the Undisputed. Two of the best belts that you can buy from WWE shop. And now we're getting down to the top 2 belts in my collection, so let's find out what was number 2. Coming in at number 2 was actually my most expensive belt in my collection, the Fandu Luxe Big Gold. This was $800. It was actually $819, I believe, with the Hulk Hogan nameplate off Fandu website. This is the upgraded premium, like crumb rind style Big Gold, and I'm a big fan of this belt. I think the plates just look amazing. I love the way they made the main plate a lot bigger than the predecessor Big Gold that they have on their website for about $200 or $300. This one is a lot beefier, a lot bigger. I love the way that they improved the leather compared to their old vinyl straps. This one is a little bit thicker. They do have their logo at the bottom of the leather as well. And one cool thing is the back of it is covered with a piece of vinyl covering all of the screws except for the nameplate. And speaking of the nameplate, I did get a custom Hulk Hogan nameplate at the bottom of the belt as well, but that did not come from Fandu belts. I love the way this looks over the shoulder. Look how big that looks. Ugh. I've always loved the Big Gold belt, so actually having a really nice Big Gold in my collection, I love it, especially being like $800. I do think it's worth it though, especially if you don't want to wait for like a classic sealed or something like that. This was a great alternative, especially only waiting about 2 weeks for it to get delivered. I love this belt. Number 2 on my list. Now let's take a look at number 1. Now my number 1 favorite belt is probably going to catch a lot of heat from some of you guys, but it is my personal favorite belt in my collection, and it is the WWE Championship belt. Now, before you get mad, hear me out. This is a WWE shop replica, but there are some cool little things added to it. The main plate has been curved. The red swoosh is not the red gel insert that most WWE shop replicas have. This one is actually painted red. This is on real leather by Ray Ray. The best leather I have ever held. Absolutely love it. The backing is covered except for the side plates, which remove from the back of the belt. And I have Bray Wyatt side plates on this belt as well, because I did not even like this belt like most of you until one of my favorites of all time, Bray Wyatt, won this belt at Elimination Chamber, and then I was like, okay, I have to have that belt. So I went looking, I found it, I got it, and then I eventually bought the side plates for it as well. And in my opinion, that first Bray Wyatt world title run It should have been a lot better than it was, but unfortunately, he lost the belt like a month later. But there you go. I love this belt. 3 plates on this belt. It does have the normal sidebars on the belt as well, but a curved main plate, a painted swoosh, a real leather Bray Wyatt side plates. I love the way this looks. I love the way this feels. The absolute best leather I have ever felt in my life. Bray Wyatt leather is, in my opinion, the best out there. Folds up so good. Feels really soft. And usually if I'm home and I'm watching a pay-per-view on TV, this is the belt that I have right beside me as I'm watching the pay-per-views. So there you go. This is my WWE title belt with Bray Wyatt side plates. My #1 favorite belt in my collection. Now, even though I have Bray Wyatt side plates on this belt, I actually display this belt with Kofi right there, because I remember Kofi Mania running wild and the loud pop when he won that belt. So I had to have Kofi right there representing the world title. I love this belt. Great moment. Beautiful belt in my opinion. And that is my #1 favorite belt in my collection. Now, I love all of my belts for different reasons, especially my Sprinter belt, my NXT. I love all of my belts for different reasons. But the belts I showed you in this video are definitely my top 5. Like I said earlier, if I'm watching wrestling, chances are I have one of these belts right beside me or over my shoulder. He was having a good time, and I love those belts. So let me know in the comment section below, what are your top 5 favorite belts in your collection? I'd love to hear from you guys. If you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I try to upload new belt videos every other week. And with that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.